What is up, nerd and nerdettes of the interwebs? It's your boy Brady here.
And you're the boy Adam.
And we're bringing you another episode of Best of the Best. We are continuing our Best MCU movie tournament. And in today's episode, we have Avengers versus the original Thor. I will be arguing for the Avengers, while Adam will be arguing for Thor. So Adam, explain the rules of this debate.
Alright, we will be beginning with a 30-second opening statement, followed by 2 minutes to argue our point, 1 minute for rebuttal, and a 30-second closing statement. We will also be starting with the higher seeded movie in our list, and in that case that will be Avengers. So Brady, you'll be going first. Let's get started. Alright, and Brady, you'll be starting with your 30-second closing opening statement, not closing. I mean, if you want to close right now and just give up, then be my guest.
I think I actually got a good shot at winning this one.
Okay, whatever you got to tell yourself. Oh, you can go ahead and start your 30-second opening statement right now.
Alright, Avengers, much better movie than Thor, not just as an MCU movie, but as a movie in general, is able to bring together all the superheroes of Phase 1, along with Black Widow and Hawkeye, in a way that has never been seen before. Not only does this movie bring them all together, but Joss Whedon, King of the Nerds, is also able to make these characters seem interesting and spreads the screen time across them equally. Alright, Adam, your 30-second opening statement starts whenever you say you're ready.
I'm ready. Thor is a very good origin story for a superhero. It does have some comedic elements, and yet has very good action, very good character development for the main character of Thor and his struggle to become who he's supposed to be and earn his right to be Thor. Have good villains, good plot twists, and we are introduced to several elements of the MCU that are critical to the MCU, and therefore it is vital to the MCU. Now to the 2-minute argument time, and Brady, you're up.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Alright, like I said before, the first Avenger movie brings all the superheroes together from Phase 1. That would be Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. That's all of them, right? Okay. I'm going to go with that's all of them. And it also has Black Widow and Hawkeye. Shares them across the screen equally. Film looked good. Epic action scenes, which is always nice in an action movie. Joss Whedon wrote and directed this movie brilliantly. Joss Whedon, also known as King of the Nerds, and this is the movie that really made him the King of the Nerds. Loki, one of the best villains in the MCU, and while he is also in Thor, I feel like he is better in the Avengers because he now has the Tesseract and is now working for the true big baddie, Thanos, which gets introduced at the end of this movie, which I believe that is one of the things that gives it more prominence in the MCU than Thor does. And this is basically what the movie that makes the MCU. Everything happens because of this. The events in Iron Man 3 happen because of this. This is what leads to all these heroes coming together, which leads to them coming together again in Age of Ultron, and leads to them fighting each other in Civil War, and is what's going to lead to them coming back again in Infinity War. And this is what truly lays the foundations for the MCU by also introducing their first real big baddie in Thanos. Alright, that was my 2 minutes. And Adam's 2 minutes shall begin whenever you say go.
You know, you can start it, and you can do what I do, and just tell me to go. You don't have to tell me to start it myself.
Well, it gives me a moment to lean back in my chair and get my finger on the button for the timer.
Gotcha. All right. Well, go. All right, Thor. Without the original Thor movie, there would be no Avengers because it is the true precursor to it. It introduces the Tesseract, which is the first Infinity Stone, which actually which is the baseline for the entire Infinity War itself, because it is the opening Infinity Stone and is the first step for Loki acquiring it. We also have Loki, the introduction of the villain for the first Avengers movie. We're introduced to Hawkeye in this. We get to see great performances from known actors of Natalie Portman and Sir Anthony Hopkins. It has a very good Lord of the Rings feel to it, which hadn't been done yet in the MCU. That whole genre. We get to see some cool action with the action scenes in it. They're not huge action scenes, but we get to see them be very cool nonetheless. We also see very good character development with Thor as him starting off as a cocky little son of a god, and can be if someone who is son and heir to the throne of such a renowned character as Odin, you could expect him to be rather cocky, and he starts off that way as a very cocky little demigod, and the consequences of his warmongering and cockiness of being so powerful turns against him and is forced to have to earn his title, and he does earn that. He earns the title of the hero that he has been fighting for this whole time, and he does it in an action scene, and by proving himself to have the best quality of a hero, which is self-sacrifice, and he does that very well. He's willing to lay down his life for innocent people that he doesn't even know, and that is what truly earns him his right to be a hero. Now we move on to the 1 minute rebuttal time. Brady, your 1 minute rebuttal is up on the docket. If you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
And you may begin.
Alright. You pointed out that the romance between Thor and I believe her name is Jane, though I want to say it's something like Jane Foster. That's what it is. You say it's a good romance. I think it is a terrible romance. Not that it's written poorly. I think it's written fine, but I feel like Chris Hemsworth. That's what I said. Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman, they don't have good chemistry, and I feel like Natalie Portman just didn't care in this movie. She didn't care in this one. She didn't care in the sequel. She didn't really care for the whole superhero thing. That's my main point. I'm trying to find my other points. I'm running out of time. No, this is turning into a mess, just like last time. No. Yeah. That sounded like a goat.
So bad.
It sounded like a goat.
Well, your goat screaming didn't help you at all in your argument there.
I should have had more points. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll win over the crowd a little bit. My goat screams. Hey, it blew up on the internet, didn't it? Why can't it help us?
Yep. Alright, I guess it's my turn for my 1 minute rebuttal, which I'll go ahead and start right now. You said that I said something about the romance being good. I never said anything about the romance between Thor and Jane. Personally, I did think it was a good romance, now that you mention it. No, it may not have been the greatest romance in the MCU, or even a terribly important one, but it does show a little more of the human side of Thor as he comes to Earth, and then he discovers romance in people that he hasn't found back on Asgard. Now I'm turning into you because that was really my main point in
Just scream like a goat.
Meh. It's gonna be our new thing. If we have no other argument, just bleat like a goat. Meh. Got 5 seconds left. Meh.
So
Meh.
awkward.
Now for the final phase of the tournament bracket. No. Okay. Now for the closing statements for this debate. Brady, you're up once more.
Woo!
Hopefully you won't scream like a goat this time. But if you're ready, then you can go ahead and try and wrap it up.
Alright, Avengers, better movie than Thor. Like I said before, it brings all these superheroes together at Phase 1. And also adds Black Widow and Hawkeye. And they each get equal screen time, and you're able to care about these characters. Which is hard to do, and props to Joss Whedon for that. And, yeah, that's my point. Alright, Adam. It's your turn.
It is. It's my turn to win. Alright, Thor, the requirement and precursor for the Avengers movie that you're arguing for. It introduces characters that are pivotal to the Avengers plot. It introduces the Tesseract, the first Infinity Stone that we know of. Great acting from multiple actors. Good characters, good storyline, good overall underlying plot of the importance of and requirements of being a hero and the journey to become one. Okay, well, that's the end of that debate. Go ahead over to Facebook and vote in the poll to determine which movie moves on to the next round. And while you're on Facebook, you might as well like our page that you'd be going to if you haven't liked it already. And also like my Facebook page for Caballero Life, my other YouTube channel.
Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Brady Jones.
And as usual, be sure to like this video, comment who you think won the debate, subscribe to the channel, and recommend the show to your family and friends and even your enemies. And until next time,
it's your boy Brady.
and you're the boy Adam.
Adios.
Amigos.